We have full pricing and details on the second refresh, making it the ND3 Miata. I'm excited to break that down, but we also are going to talk about Mazda adopting NACS. We're going to talk about Mazda doubling down on the rotary engine, long live the Wankel. And we're going to talk about the Mazda 6 being discontinued in other markets. Yeah, it's still in production. That's the crazy thing. So heading back to the main article here, if you guys are excited about anything Mazda, smash the heck out of the like button. Mazda is one of the most exciting Japanese automakers. This small company is always doing something out of the ordinary, whether it's the rotary engine or their commitment to diesels in other markets. Inline 6 for North America and plug-in hybrid. Speaking of plug-in hybrid, I'm getting the CX-90 plug-in hybrid next week for review. Going to test it as a family hauler to see how much we like it. We liked the inline 6 quite a bit, but my affinity for hybrids and plug-in hybrids makes me wonder how good that plug-in hybrid CX-90 is. So without further ado, let's get into the MX-5 Miata for 2024, the ND3 receiving key updates inside and out and further refine the Roadster's successful formula. So we have a newly available asymmetrical limited slip differential, which improves the MX-5's renowned progressive fun handling characteristics. You also have upgraded Mazda Connect system, bringing a host of technological updates and a new larger display. You also have a new DSC-Track Mode added to the Miata Club MX-5 to provide drivers an additional option for closed circuit driving. It goes on sale this winter, so it should be hitting dealers anytime now. I mean, winter ends February, March, somewhere in there. So by the end of the first quarter, you'll start seeing the ND3s out on the market. Now for North America, we just have one engine. I believe there's a smaller displacement 4-cylinder for other markets like Japan, but it's still the 2-liter. 181 horsepower, 151 pound-feet of torque. Now, the sport model and club models are exclusively paired with the 6-speed manual. The MX-5 Grand Touring is offered in either a manual transmission or the 6-speed auto. And that 6-speed auto, of course, comes with steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. Now, of course, the MX-5 Miata still has kinetic or kinematic posture control. It's a software-based suspension performance technology developed by Mazda that manages different vehicle systems to help provide the MX-5 with improved precision and confidence in high G cornering and behave as a harmonious extension of the driver's body without adding a single gram of weight. Taking advantage of the existing rear suspension geometry designed to keep the MX-5 Miata planted under braking, the KPC applies a very slight brake to the inner rear wheel during high G cornering. This pulls down on that corner, suppressing body roll and making steering response feel more linear and tight through rough corners. Slightly stronger braking is used when accelerating through a corner, enhancing the limited slip effect. The Miata also receives a major update to the electric power-assisted steering system, which includes a new steering rack for 2024. That steering rack has been revised internally, resulting in reduced friction as well as accompanying changes to the electric assist calibration through new software. This results in smoother steering action with a more defined on-center feeling for relaxed freeway cruising, yet greater precision as the front tires are loaded up under hard cornering. On the exterior with this refresh, we have updated headlights that incorporate a new LED DRL element, which is daytime running light. You also have new LED tail lights and new wheel designs. You also have the addition of zircon sand metallic, which came out in 2023. Another new exterior color has been added to the roster for 2024 with Aero Gray, offering a cool tone that contrasts nicely against MX-5 Miata's available dark trim and wheels. It still drives me nuts that the MX-5 Miata only has one really good color, that is Soul Red Crystal Metallic. Where's my yellow? Where's my purple? Where's green? Where's orange? Where are fun colors? The MX-5 is a fun vehicle, and all the colors on it are snooze fast outside of the Soul Red. It is extraordinarily unfortunate, and I'll keep dogging on Mazda for not giving the MX-5 more fun, more playful colors to match its personality as a fun to drive vehicle that's also cute. Where are my fun, cute colors? You got freaking none of them other than the red. So not good enough, Mazda. Who wants zircon sand? That's the most old person color in the world. Gold? Are you serious? It's not. It doesn't look good on the MX-5. It looks like from the 70s or something. It's terrible. Aero gray, I don't even care. I see gray, big whoop. I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't even know what it looks like. All right, I'm done ranting on the colors. Let's head on to the inside. The center console receives extra padding for improved driver comfort. A revised gauge cluster now features simplified high-contrast graphics for easy readability at a glance. All MX-5 models also benefit from a new, larger 8.8-inch infotainment display with touch functionality when using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Thank God, finally. Paired with this new display is Mazda's first ever integration of Alexa, which, me personally, I could care less. But let me know down below if you guys have ever used Alexa in your car. Pretty much everyone features Alexa, but I've never heard of anyone asking for Alexa in their vehicles. Alexa is apparently able to accept commands to connect and control your smart home devices remotely. Okay, the MX-5 Sport Miata, which is probably the best buy here. It's the cheapest model. It's only available with the black cloth soft top, and you get things like blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, for example. You have metallic black 16-inch aluminum alloy wheels, dual tip exhaust, LED headlights, tail lights. So this is the base model, and then it goes up from there. I mentioned the Club earlier. The Club has Bilstein dampers, a front shock tower brace, and a new asymmetrical LSD. Oh man, this would be hard to pass up as well, because this new LSD would be amazing to play around with. And more information on that LSD has been redesigned with a cam mechanism which allows for different ramp angles on acceleration and deceleration to provide ideal yaw damping and control through the different phases of cornering. A stronger lockup under engine braking improves stability at corner entry, resisting unwanted oversteer, and reduced lockup during acceleration reduces unwanted understeer. So it would be a game changer, especially if you plan on taking it to the track. It would be super beneficial for daily driving. Where I live, where everything's straight and the only turns I can take is if I catch a green arrow with no one in front of me. So that's sad but true. But yeah, it's not that important for where I live, but it would be awesome to have it if you plan on tracking it, or if you have canyon roads out in California or Colorado or something like that. And those who want to experience the capabilities of their MX-5 on a closed circuit, a new DSC-Track feature has been added to the MX-5's dynamic stability control system. It raises a threshold for the DS system being fully engaged or fully disabled, allowing drivers who choose to activate this feature to work on their on-track driving skills while offering some amount of brake intervention should it be needed. So yeah, it really allows you to disable most of the nanny systems on track, which is awesome. Or if you wanted to drift the heck out of it, that would be nice as well. You can still get the Club with the Brembo BBS Recaro package, which, man, it's also hard to pass up because it does provide a lot of added benefit. It probably wouldn't be hard to get the BBS wheels and the Brembo brakes aftermarket or through your dealer accessories if you just went with the sport model, but getting the Recaro seats is probably going to be harder to do. So that's why if you plan on upgrading those things in the future, you might as well just get it from the factory with this package. So let's get into the pricing. I could talk about the Grand Touring model, but I'll put the link in the description because we have other things we need to talk about here in this video. So MX-5 starts at about $29,000. This I'm sure is before destination, which is about $1,200. So it is about a $30,000 vehicle for the Sport. And again, that value is really, really tough to pass up. The Club model, if you want that BBS Recaro package, is essentially an additional $5,000. Now, if you get the RF, the hardtop, which it depends on the day you catch me, which one I would recommend. But more and more, I think I'd be going for the soft top. This is just such a good value here for the smiles per miles and the smiles per dollar, that all these other packages would be really hard to beat the base Sport model with around $30,000. But the RF Club comes included with the BBS Recaro package, and that's why it costs $40,000 before destination. Now, the Grand Touring model, which you don't get the BBS Recaro package on or even available, the Grand Touring model comes in about 35,000 before destination. You can also get tan Napa leather on Grand Touring models only, so that would be a nice thing to have. I mean, you have cloth seats on the Miata Sport, and I think the Club, obviously the Recaro gives you upgraded seats though, that Recaro BBS Brembo package. So here are the colors here. Like I said, only one worth getting for me would probably be like white, since I used to have a white NA Miata 91, or Soul Red Crystal. The rest of them, they're okay. Machine gray is a decent gray, but I don't want to go down that road again complaining about the paint colors. So I'm excited for the MX-5 Miata. It's great to have those updates to that vehicle. And let's get into the next news release. Mazda adopting North America charging standard NACS, which is Tesla's supercharging standard for North American BEVs. They're one of the last manufacturers to get on board here, but Mazda is also one of the last manufacturers interested in going into battery electrics. They'll be using Toyota for 90% of crossover with using essentially Toyota's Arene vehicle software, and probably even more Toyota supplied and Toyota developed powertrains from Denso and Aishin. With that being said, Mazda is going to be using NACS. They don't have a battery electric vehicle currently. They discontinued the 100-mile range MX-30 EV. But 2025 onward, their BEVs will have NACS, which is awesome. Let's get into Mazda reviving rotary engine R&D for electrified cars. So after a half decade of not having a team on rotary engines, Mazda is reestablishing its standalone R&D group to develop greener rotary engines for use in electrified or hydrogen vehicles in the era of lower emissions or zero carbon emissions, I should say. So it's exciting because no one else has a rotary engine anymore that I'm aware of, and that's one of Mazda's key identity pieces. When I was at the Japan Mobility Show, this vehicle right here, the iconic SP, stole the show. It was the most gorgeous car there, one of the most gorgeous cars I've ever seen, and in the era of everything going extremely hardline and computerized, this had a ton of soul to it. Now, this is essentially a plug-in hybrid, but it has a twin rotary engine that acts as an onboard generator. It's a unique powertrain, and it's a more high-performance powertrain, absolutely, compared to what we see in the MX-30 rotary range extender vehicle that's available in Europe and other markets. So yeah, long live the Wankel. Mazda's not going to give up on it. And this new R&D group will have about 30 people working on the new rotary hybrid, hydrogen, whatever you want to call it, setup. They're going to have multiple different ways that it can be applied. Of course, we would love to have a successor to an RX-7 or an RX-8 as well at some point in the future. And maybe they plan on doing it through having a rotary engine possibly running on hydrogen. So I'm going to move on to the next article because we want to see a new Mazda 6. Now, it was discontinued in North America, I think in 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. And Mazda is finally ending production of the Mazda 6 in Japan in mid-April. And that includes the wagon, which we never saw here stateside. So pour one out for our homie, the Mazda 6. And what do they say about it? It says something about the CX series of wagons will take over this role that the Mazda 6 wagon had. So what does that mean? Well, the CX-3, the CX-30, the CX-8 over there in Japan. They also have the CX-60 and the CX-80 as well. The CX-80 just not out quite yet. Orders are ending when the number of units produced by April 2024 is reached. So long live the Mazda 6, and we will hopefully live to see Mazda reintroduce a new sedan, possibly a wagon as well, with the inline 6 and plug-in hybrid 4-cylinder powertrains that are focused on rear-wheel drive driving mechanics. We all want a new Mazda 6, and we all want a new RX-7, RX-8 successor, and at least in the meantime, we get a nicely refreshed MX-5. I'll see you guys down in the comments. Smash the like button for Mazda. Subscribe for more Mazda updates. Today, I'm filming this on the 28th, so in 2 days, Mazda's revealing the CX-70, their two-row crossover that's based on their large platform like the CX-90. So in theory, it should share the same powertrains as well. All right, got to shut it down. Thank you guys. Have a great day and peace out.